Hello, everyone. This is Rick with the Cyber Pro podcast. Industry leaders share their insights. It's about 5 questions in 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. So let's get to it. Matt, tell us, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Matt Caswell, and I am the President and Chief Operating Officer of Kirkham IronTech. We're a cybersecurity company, MSP, mssp in the industry, and been around for about 23-ish years now. In one form or another, we've rebranded and renamed about 20 times because that's what good companies do, right?
That's awesome. What made you want to work there? Fill in the bonus
You
question
know,
right away.
bonus question right off the bat, right? So, honestly, it was a perfect time in my life. I was looking for something and I was bored I come from more of a sales background, worked at a giant consumer electronics retailer that is probably not a sponsor for you guys, so I won't mention them. But no, but I was looking for something that was going to be challenging. It's really important to me that we not just do the work from an IT and a cybersecurity, information security standpoint, but we do it in a way that's establishes a great relationship with the end users and the clients themselves. Like they need to trust us, and we have to trust them to do the things that we're asking them to do, right? That don't click stuff. And without that relationship and that bond, uh, it gets really impersonal. A lot of companies do a lot of different things in this space, but to me, it's all about the relationships. And I thought it was a good mix. Like connect the technology, bring in some personality. Let's like really build a really strong relationship with all of our clients. And so that's kind of why I jumped in.
That's awesome. So I know that you come from both a tech and cyber background. You're a leader in the space right now. So I'm curious, in all of those, why do you just love being in this industry?
Well, the simplest answer is I've never had a boring day. And it's one of those things that no matter what happens, there's always something new. Like I don't come to work, log into the computer, and do the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. We get new situations. There are new threats on the horizon. I mean, you guys know. I mean, you guys are seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of threats every day coming in, and this one's new, and this one takes advantage of this, Microsoft vulnerability, and so on and so forth. So that's interesting in and of itself because I'm reading new stuff every day, learning new things every day. And then the conversations that I have with people every day are also different, because every business leader is in a different space mentally at different times. And so I get to have great conversations where it's like, all right, so let's talk about your business, where it is today. Where do you want to be? Let me show you how we can help and how we can protect you and how we can, like the bumpers and the bowling lane, like that's the only time I can get a good bowling score is when those things are up. But we just try to keep them, in the lane. And if we can create that partnership and work through that, then it's super rewarding. And so that's really the why I do it.
I get to use the buzz quote of the year or the last few years, but cybersecurity is a top concern. What does that mean to you?
It means that everybody has to think about it every day, all the day, all the time, almost without exception. So the only time I don't think about it is I've got a trout fishing trip I take every year in January when it's way too cold to be trout fishing, by the way. And I go to a place where my cell phone doesn't even work. And I do that because there are so many things going on in the world that I have to keep track of. And what I want business leaders to understand is that you let us do all the worrying and the thinking about the cybersecurity. But what we want you to do is appreciate that we're doing it for you. And then, take what we're telling you and integrate it into your business practices. It needs to become part of your standard operating procedure. It's not a destination, it's a journey. Like we're all on this road together, and it only takes one oops to cause all kinds of things to happen in our world. So that's really the kind of what top of mind and trying to keep it front and center. It is really important concern, and everybody does need to think about it, not just professionally but personally. I mean, bad stuff happens to people all the time, and we try to keep that from being the case as much as possible.
Perfect. Matt, I'd love to just, whatever you want to share, but I'd love to pick your brain and get some insights for our community of cyber pros.
That's so broad. We could be here for the rest of the year. Here it is, end of February. So I really think that it's important that we not lose sight of the end goal as we're struggling through our day-to-day operational stuff. And the end goal is really to protect our clients. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in one of those trees, forest scenarios where you're not really seeing the picture because your daily life is like, I've got this fire that I need to put out and I've got this and this. And we have to approach it from a bigger perspective. And what we need to do is, as we're having conversations with end users, which we all do all the time, we need to like remember this: every interaction is an opportunity to educate. And even if it's just a regular help desk, like I can't remember my password because I changed it yesterday and oops, it's gone. And then we're talking to them about passphrases and why passphrases are better. Don't just use passphrases here at work. Use passphrases on all of your stuff. And so that piece, like, it's really easy. Just clickety click. All right, I reset your password. You can punch in and now, and you're good. Take that opportunity every day. Like, go that extra step, go that extra mile, pass that knowledge that we have on in a way that's meaningful, to all these people that we interact with every day, even personal interpersonal life. Like, I tell my family stuff all the time, like, don't do this. Get a password manager. Like, don't ever do one of those stupid things on social media where what's your favorite color? What was the name of your first street? What's your favorite pet? And because everybody has to deal with this in the everyday. I mean, I don't care who you are. So education is top of mind always, and take those opportunities, because those little 30-second, 2-minute interactions every day are truly the most important thing that we can do, I think.
No, that's great insights, and I appreciate that. Matt, final question, fun question. What is the make and model of your first car? No, I'm kidding.
It was actually 1985 Ford Crown Victoria LTD. We called it the aircraft carrier because you could literally land airplanes on the hood.
Amazing.
Next question. That was easy.
I had that car as well. So that's really, we grew up in a different time. But
right.
The fun question actually is, what is your favorite piece of retro technology that makes you smile? And it could be that Ford LTD.
So it's not that Ford LTD. I was not displeased when it finally gave up the ghost and died on me. Moved all the way up to a Ford Escort. So I think the thing that, I started with a Commodore 64 back when I was a kid. We had the little tape, and you put the little cassette in there and you'd spin it up and wait 16 weeks to, play Snoopy or something on the Commodore 64. Loved that. And then a bonus one for you, because you give me so many bonus opportunities. I actually still have a VCR. Now, when I was working for that consumer retail giant, first job, high schooler, I actually was selling VCRs still, because DVDs had not quite come out yet. And then they came out, and there was the debate: is it going to be Blu-ray? Or so all these different things were happening in those times. But the reason I do that is because I've got so many old VHS tapes of family vacations, family moments. I got a video of me being on screen at SmackDown in Little Rock for the WWE whenever I was living there. So I like to pop that out every once in a while, plug it in. It's going to die one of these days, and I'm going to be hurt. But right now, that's probably my favorite retro piece of technology, or just because it brings back a lot of good memories.
So Matt, thank you for being on the podcast.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for watching the Cyber Pro podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on new podcasts and bonus content.